friend, and I said, well, I'm to a comedy show. So, are you funny? Really? Can you make me laugh? Come on, tell me one joke. This is on the phone. Tell me one joke. Make me laugh. Come on. I mean, when you meet a dentist, you don't tell them, can you do a root canal, please? Can you just prove to me that you're a dentist? I hate to think what people would ask when they meet a gynecologist. My name is Sophie Samuelian. I'm Armenian American from California. Don't panic if you don't know what Armenian is. It's okay. Just book an appointment with me after the show. But beware, it's about a 5-hour lecture in history and geography. We Armenians are very funny people. I think we're the only nationality who sits down through the entire film credit just hoping to get a glimpse of one single Armenian name. So that later on we can mention it in the lecture. So-and-so was in that movie. Like, did you know Cher was Armenian? She's half Armenian. I'll bring you some other examples, book an appointment. Well, Armenians are famous for being intelligent and hardworking. Hell, we can start from scratch in any country and make a name for ourselves. But now, thanks to Kim Kardashian, Armenian assets are also well exposed and well known. Some people say we're shrewd businessmen, and some people go as far as saying that we are even smarter than Jews in business. I'll give you examples. A Jewish guy, a con man, prints fake $15 bills and goes to the market to spread it around. He goes to the Armenian shopkeeper, and the Armenian guy gives him back 8s and 7s. And a Jewish merchant goes to the south of Lebanon during the Lebanese war, and he's selling women's lingerie. He goes from shop to shop, and he also goes into the Armenian shop owner. And the Armenian guy places a big order, amongst them 200 pieces of double D bras. He pays his bill and he goes back. 2 weeks later, the Armenian faxes the Jewish merchant and says, can you send me 200 more pieces of the double D bras? Sure enough, 200 pieces sent directly to the south of Lebanon. 3 weeks later, he asks for another 500 pieces of double D bras. Now, the Jewish merchant is really happy. He calls him and he says, look, dude, we're doing great business. I'm really happy you're paying your bills on time. But can you tell me, in this war zone, who are you selling double D bras to? And the Armenian guy says, well, I'm cutting them in half and selling them to the Jews for yarmulkes. Are the Palestinians laughing? I'm one of the very few brave women who have no problem stating her age. Just deduct 10 years because I was in a coma. I was, seriously. I was married. When I was married, I've been known to be witty. When I was married, my father put me on the spot one day in front of the whole family and asked me when was I planning to give him grandchildren. Well, not wanting to expose all of our marital problems in the sack, I just looked at Dad and I pointed at my husband and I said, Dad, his name might be Joseph, but I'm no Mariam to produce kids with immaculate conception. He had a talk with my husband the next day. All right. I've been married, happily divorced since then. I've read every book out there about relationships, including Why Men Marry Bitches, and I understand now why I'm not married. I also understand that you guys are from Mars, we are from Venus, but according to astrology, Mars is getting closer. I don't know, I'm really supporting NASA. I'm hoping they will find a new planet with men, a new breed. But I know I'm in the right place. I mean, come on, Dubai is the best place to meet men. Quantity and variety.
True.
Yeah, but not quality.
No, that's not true. You need to look more.
I'm an international, equal opportunity international dater. I truly believe that each nationality has like its unique flavor. But I've come to a conclusion that there is nothing better for a curvaceous woman's ego than to date black men. They have to appreciate Armenian assets. But it's funny, at the mention of the black men, white men become insecure and suddenly very defensive. I don't understand why. Well, I get approached a lot by Arab men in nightclubs, coffee shops, and places. And like every other conversation in Dubai, it always starts with, "You are from where?" LA? LA? No. LA. Habibti. Yani you are from which country? I, Syria. At that point, there's usually a friend whose English is maybe slightly better and wants to barge in and help my guy. But my guy gets really worked up. He pushes his friend and he says, "هلا عنطيزية روح لاقي لك وحدة أجنبية غيرها تتدرب إنجليزيتك معها. هي إلي." Which roughly translated to English means, buzz off, go find your own foreign chick to practice your English with. This one is mine. We haven't even exchanged phone numbers yet. That's what I call speed dating. Speaking of men, some women go as far as saying that men are dogs. I don't agree. I'm sorry. I think that is such a demeaning insult to the canine word. Come on. Dogs are the most loyal creatures on the face of the planet. How can you compare them to men?
Hey there.
I'll give you examples. Like you could be spending all day at home with your dog, playing in the garden and all that. You go to the supermarket for an hour. You come back. He's right there behind the door wagging his tail. So eager to wait to see you again. Show me a man who does that. When you feed a dog or when you give them treat, they would lick your hand for hours and be thankful. Show me a man who does that. And they come up and curl up right next to you, giving you TLC without expecting anything more. Show me a man who does that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, men and dogs have one thing in common. They will hump anything. Well, believe it or not, I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher, although I doubt that after today I would have a job. I work in an international school and sometimes you find yourself saying the funniest things. But I think as teachers, we should have a say as to who produces offsprings and who doesn't. I'll tell you what. I handle all the hyperactive ADD, ADHD, ODD, CVD, QVD lunatics that people give birth to. And dump it on us for 12 years for some pathetic salary. I mean, come on. What does it take to qualify to become a teacher? You have to go to college. You have to go to university. You get your BA. And then you go and do your teacher's training and practicals. What does it take to qualify to become a parent? Just a functioning womb? Or a defective birth control method? So, I say we teachers form an association and we decide who is qualified to become a parent, who isn't. We'll just go through the application process. We'll make them fill out a million questionnaires, sit through 18 lectures for the 18 years until they hit legal age. And we'll study the files, moms and dads. Use permanent birth control. Next. One child, that's all. I have a problem being a teacher though. Once a teacher, always a teacher. You can never shut it off. Wherever I am, I don't care, airports, supermarkets, dental clinics, if there's a misbehaving child, I've got to handle it. Quite often in the supermarkets, you go there and there's always a cranky child pulling things from the shelves and all that. Before, I used to be very careful. When their mom was not looking, I'll just look at the child and go. Now, I don't even care. If the mother was looking, I'll discipline her too. like I am the one who's always checking everybody's text messages for spelling mistakes or Facebook entries, comments. I can't turn it off. I was trying to buy a car, and the guy is selling me a Tucson. He said it once, he said it twice, Tucson, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And I said, dude, it's not Tucson, it's Tucson. And it's based on the city in Arizona. Like one day I was minding my own business, flying to Kenya on Air Arabia. And the stewardess is selling sandwiches. She comes down the aisles, grilled cheese, chicken fajita, grilled cheese, chicken fajita, 1 roll, 2 rolls, I'm trying to be quiet, 3 rolls, I just couldn't take it anymore. I just went to her and gave a lecture on how J in Spanish is silent. And you say fajita and not fajita. Do you think she listened? 2 rows later, she was going, chicken fajitas, grilled cheese. It even affects my dating life. Once I was dating an Arab guy who used to frequently call me during school hours. I told him lightly a couple of times, but he kept calling. And one time he called right when I was teaching. So I picked up the phone and I just went, you do not. And I repeat, do not call me during school times. Which part of do not you don't understand? Needless to say, I never heard from him again. Being fluent both in Arabic and English, I'm quite amused by the signs in Dubai. The latest one that caught my attention is the metro sign. In English it says, my metro, my city. Well, first of all, don't you think that the new generation is selfish enough? Shouldn't it be our metro, our city? And then there's the Arabic translation, which says metro ikhtiyari, which isn't the true translation, which means metro is my choice. So I wanted to do the true translation, and I figured, hell, I can do it with many different varieties. I can do the Syrian, the Lebanese, the local, and the Egyptian. So if I were to translate it, the Syrian would sound like El metro taba abui. The Lebanese would sound like El metro taba bayi. The Egyptian would sound like El metro bita baba. And the local would sound El metro hagmali. Thank you very much.